Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If we as a society still use our civilization's values, then we accept, logic and evidence-based, facts and all that as needed and valid in a conversation. If we are to look at life in a dogmatic way, and all these things could be just tossed and just makes no sense. Because when you have beliefs and you don't conduct a conversation based on evidence and facts and logic and all this, then most likely the conversation has no foundation. And if it doesn't have a foundation, then you can change every time, especially when you base your conversation on feelings. Why? Because feelings are something subjective, or likes and dislikes. And then how can we find the middle ground when we have different feelings? And my feelings are better than your feelings. How and why? You know what I mean? But in a conversation of, let's say, is the sun a good influence or a bad influence? So it's both, depending on the time and depend on the amount of sunlight. The same, but you can say, well, the sun is good because I like sun. I like getting a tan. That's my pleasure. Well, if you talk like that, then, and the other one saying, I don't like sun because sun, blinds my eyes. And then we're not going to come together to see how or what sun is. A good, bad influence? No, because in your opinion, your opinion based on preference, feelings is good. I like it. I like to get warm. Or the other one is, no, it blinds my eyes when I look at it. Both of them very subjective, representations of sun's attributes. Now, here we have Putin trying to use, in my assessment, logic with some people who are using their feelings. So he tries to use logos, and the other ones are using pathos. So let's see what's going on with this article coming from The Insider. This is from September 19th, 2022. Putin says Russia's not responsible for the EU's energy crisis. It just needs to push the button, end quote, on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline to get more natural gas. So this is a fact. It's factually true, this statement. Putin says Russia is not responsible for EU's energy crisis. It's, you can demonstrate it with facts and evidence. Now, once you put pathos in it, feelings and all that, and when you try to say that you're more moral than another person based again on your preferences, then yes, Putin makes no sense. Neither the other side. If you use the same lack of facts or evidence, but you use feelings and fuzzy things. So in this case, what will he say? Well, probably he would say, I didn't read the article, but I'm just assuming that's what he's going to say. Well, we didn't close Nord Stream 2. Yeah, Nord Stream 1 pipeline has a problem, but you still have Nord Stream 2 available. Now, you impose sanctions on Russia without having to, because we didn't attack you. We didn't have a problem with you. We had a problem with those guys. By the way, you are also responsible for our attack special operation of Ukraine. This is probably his arguments. And are they factual? I think they are. And then you go and read that the other guy say, no, you're a bad dude. So if I bad dude based on our assessment of you of being bad dude, because you attacked those guys unprovoked, then we decided to turn it off. So when you cry about not having gas, it's not because Russia would not give you gas, it's because you don't want its gas. Logic as daylight. So let's see. Europe is depending on Russia for natural gas, but Gazprom has turned off the Nord Stream 1 pipeline. That's not the only one. Russian President Putin said the EU just has to turn the Nord Stream 2 for more natural gas. Is that factual? Yes. Would that solve the problem? Would that solve the problem? Would. All right, that's evidence clear. Next one. The Nord Stream 2 runs parallel to Nord Stream 1, a key gas pipeline linking Russia and Europe. Russian President Vladimir Putin denied Russian responsibility for Europe's energy crisis and said the EU can simply turn on the new Nord Stream 2 pipeline if it wants more natural gas from his country. Factual? Yes. Real? Yes. And now I'm quoting. The bottom line is, if you have an urge, if it's so hard for you, just lift the sanctions on Nord Stream 2, which is 55 billion cubic meters of gas per year. Just push the button and everything will get going, said Putin after the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in Uzbekistan on Friday per Reuters. But they can't, because the European Union doesn't have an independent foreign policy. The foreign policy of Europe comes from across the Atlantic, from Zimbabwe. That's where it comes from, okay? So they can't do that. He should talk to those guys directly, should bypass the Europeans. What Europeans need and what Europeans will get goes through Washington. He also criticized the quote-unquote green agenda. Oh my God. The EU's renewable energy push, which he said started the energy crisis even before the war in Ukraine. The Nord Stream 2 natural gas pipeline runs in parallel to Nord Stream 1, a key pipeline that delivers fuel from Russia to Europe. The $11 billion Nord Stream 2 pipeline was completed in September last year and stands to double Russia's gas flows to Europe, I think, right? However, Nord Stream 2 has never been operational because Germany shelved the project in February, days before Russia invaded Ukraine. Wow, even before. Why? Remember Scholz, the chancellor, went to Washington, D.C. He discussed with the Russians, and we went over there to say, hey, this is why I spoke with that guy. What do you think we should do? And he was told in Washington that you need to do that because they can blackmail you. So you better blackmail yourself and don't get gas anymore instead of allowing the Russians to blackmail you. And then during that press conference, Scholz was asked about 9 times by the weasels in the mass media, so-called United States, what are you going to do with Nord Stream Pipeline 2? What are you going to do with Nord Stream Pipeline 2? And he said, ich weiß es nicht. I don't know. And then he got out. He went to Germany. The other weasels, which are the same guys, hey, what are you going to do with that? Hey, it's not moral. Hey, it's not this. And said, okay. And he did it. So he did. Shot himself, Germany actually, in the foot. Now with Nord Stream Pipe 1, again, we're going to play sanctions. All of a sudden the Russians have problems with the turbine, with maintenance, with not feeling well, and they off for you. No gas for you, you weasels. So now, what are you going to do? I mean, don't get me wrong, the Russians are not innocent here, okay? But after all, you tried to hit me, I didn't try to hit you. You tried to hit me with the sanctions and all that, and you want me to just take it, bend over and take it like a lady of the night or something? No, no, no. The EU is starting at an energy crisis this coming winter, as Russia supplies about 40% of Europe's natural gas, most of which is transported via pipelines. In 2021, Russia exported about 155 billion cubic meters of the fuel to Europe, more than 1/3 of which came from Nord Stream 1 pipeline, according to Reuters. In early September, Russia's state gas giant Gazprom completely turned off supply of Europe via Nord Stream 1 gas. That's a lie. Listen to this. In early September, Russia's state gas giant Gazprom completely turned off supply to Europe via Nord Stream pipeline 1. That's true, but it's through that gas pipeline, I thought, altogether, which is not true because there are like 2 more pipelines that go Druzhba, and the one with Turkey is 2 at least that still are functional and they get gas. But anyway, so European natural gas prices have more than doubled from a year ago, but have fallen from their record high of 345 euros, which is $344 in August, lately as countries on the continent met their winter storage targets ahead of schedule. Dutch TTF gas futures, the benchmark, were down just over 7% at 174.25 euros on the ICE index on Monday. Well, it's okay, you will still need it at one point, and where are you going to get it from? You're going to get it from someone who's going to be able to blackmail you anyway. So if it's not the Russians, it's going to be the good guys, Americans. The Americans already are writing your foreign policy and economic policy as you can see. So yeah, I think Putin is right about it, and the Europeans will try to scramble for other suppliers, and I think it's too fast. But we'll see. We'll see. And if that happens, the Russians will give it, as they already give, to China. If you saw, Russia will have I think it's 55 billion cubic meters of gas going to China. They built the second pipeline. It's called something like Great Siberia Pipeline or something like this. They're going to build one through Mongolia. They got the approval. I mean, it's not the Europe. Yeah, Europe is a good market. They pay well and so on, and it's closer. But I don't know if it actually is closer, because if you bring gas from Siberia, I think it's the same distance if you go southeast instead of just going west. But what do I know? Nevertheless, here it is. You want it? Just say yes and you got it. But they can't say that, because Zimbabwe will not let them. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.